Alright.
Man, you gotta do all that for the show.
Welcome back to another episode of Clock Talk, people. Alright, I'm your host, Indy, and this is my co-host.
Son.
And join us today as we explore the world of tailored clothing, stitch by stitch. Just making a little... Gotta, build the experiment.
What he said.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Today, how you feeling today? How you feeling?
All is well.
Another good day.
That's
So you gonna give me? I'm trying to.
I mean, it's the day after 420, so we 421.
Oh, yeah.
So flight came in. Little it was a red eye. Little jet lag probably going on, but other than that, I'm good. Like. How was your flight over here?
It was good, smooth landing, so.
Came through,
Can't complain.
You landed,
How y'all feeling? I hope y'all are got good feeling today, so got a lot to talk to you about today.
Sunday.
All right, so overview of our episode today, talk a little bit more about 1080, who we are. Just a little light.
We'll keep it light.
Keep it light today. Yeah. For the people who've been here, they know us, who we are, what we do. So,
I mean, if not, go watch the
previous episodes. Yeah. So,
it helps promote old videos. So, there you go.
Yes, sir. And also, you can go to. Well, I'll get to the details later. Items, and then also we have another segment, items of the week. We just have a couple items to show you from 1080. What was that? Oh, you just pointed to them?
No, my hand up there, but they kind of pointed at you. Right there.
Couple items to show from 1080. And then after that, we'll just get into our new segment, No Threads Attached. So, I don't know, we'll break that down for you guys. It's our new segment. It's just basically us talking stuff. With no threads attached.
Yeah,
don't pin us to it. This is just our opinions.
Just how we feel, opinion, all that.
Not
stuff.
the personal, though,
Yeah. Personal.
Just a little clock talk.
Yeah, just business.
Yeah.
Feel well. Business of fashion.
You feel me?
Well, go ahead, sir.
But yeah, so for the overview of 1080, for the people who've been here, they know us, like I said, but for the people who are just joining us, 1080, we're a modern contemporary brand.
Yeah.
We're pretty new. We are based out of New York / New Jersey.
Chicago /
Colorado, I guess. A little bit.
Exactly. So,
we worldwide.
I got some friends in Texas. I got some other families. Like, we everywhere. So, like, you can't put yourself in a... Like, now it's like you can't put yourself in a box when you design, like, contemporary brands, I feel, because you design it for everybody. So, we not from nowhere. We design it for everywhere. So, like, we from anywhere. Like, right now, where we based at, like, we give you our address, but you gonna send us some money? Like, what's going on? Like, we'll go ahead.
Shoot, you can send us some money.
1080.
1080. Dot life.
P.O. Box
1080.
P.O. Box 1080.
But yeah, so like he was saying, like I was saying, we're a high-end, modern, contemporary brand.
Real good stuff going on there.
So basically, what that is, it's just more. It's a modern approach to like high-end luxury.
You're paying attention to what we doing to the clothes. It's like we looking at that button a little bit different. Like we matching it a little bit different, giving a different story behind it. Like even the stitching, like we got an excuse for everything because we have to go back and explain to each other why you do this. So when you're working with two tailors that question every move that each other make, like down to like why you got a inch and a quarter versus an inch and a half cuff or something, like we get that serious. So that's what you're getting out of the brand. That's contemporary, like how modern it look, like how many times I've seen somebody with that type, like. That's where you're going to get that modern, contemporary look and, like, in real time. Like, we doing it, we cutting and sewing in real time, so.
Every week is something new, so That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to stay up with us, stay relevant, stay watching the podcast, make sure y'all tuned in to...
Stay humble.
But yeah, because every week is something new. I'm not saying But we just show you guys stuff, you know what I'm saying, get a little feedback, see what you guys are feeling. But I feel like nobody really does that though. Like, there's nobody creating.
You can't say it. I mean,
I'm not saying nobody, but I feel like a lot of people are not creating like as frequent as we are.
It make us bring them up. It make them like. I hope to have somebody come out doing like, other than not seeing it. I would rather, by saying that I don't see it. To me, I do want to see another dude doing this. Like, just like I want to see you sewing and cutting and doing patterns and stuff like I want to see somebody else's version of what we do. So we ain't saying that to shut people out and try to like.
Well, it's not that. It's basically start even just the competition. Like,
I mean, yeah, I think I'm better, but it's like I'm not saying that you can't do it. It's like you should start it. You should do it. You should cut. You should sew your own brand. You should manufacture it here. You should do all that stuff, like how we trying to do it and how we are doing it. So I ain't ashamed of what I'm saying. Like when I'm like, yo, we don't want to make them like, all right, it's a standoff. Like you can't do it. Like because then we're gonna be contending with their manufacturers. So
yeah.
We're not contending with your manufacturer. Like we know that they got like 10 people that do sleeves. It's just me and him that do the sleeves over here. Me and him that do the waistband. It's me and him. Like everything in our brand is just me and him. Like whether I'm doing it or he doing it, whether he doing all the like the zippers that day or the buttons, or he going to get the buttonholes done. Like that's the shortcut of New York too. So yeah, that's contemporary. Like that's some modern stuff that's going on. Like we take our places. We don't do the buttonholes. So
yeah.
So.
Well, some things you just can't. You can't. I mean, I'm saying you can't.
You can
do it. I mean, but like sometimes it might be easier to get. But that's only like something very small, like very something minuscule. I wouldn't say like that's like majority of the time everything's done in house. So it's like, but like I was just gonna say like even with the time that we technically been 1080 since like we've been out, I've had. We dropped already 2 seasons in like two capsules. Yeah,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like whatever season you want to put us in,
and that's within. That's not even a year. That's in like 6-7 months time. And what I'm saying, I'm not like trying to boast or anything like that, but I'm saying like we definitely are trying to. Huh?
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's
boasting
if we can compare it to something and somebody like it's boasting to people that don't do it, and it's like I don't want to make the people that don't do it feel bad.
I'm just trying to say what we are and like what we're doing.
Yeah, but like, I want to be like you saying recognition to what we do versus the people that don't do it, or they putting in that much work into that amount of product put out. So I think in those two capsules, the amount of time that it takes to do all that, a lot of people like spend that going back and forth with like the sample makers, pattern makers.
Yeah.
Like we doing that like in house, like make the brand like more curated by us and like authenticated, like we put it on, like so. That's all. Like you said, like you said, like having this on a taller person versus shorter person, we get to see it. We get to know like all right versus that NC, like we know NC, so that's the tailor. But go ahead, we're gonna go all down.
Yeah, for sure. No, but we're just trying to explain to y'all what 1080 is. I mean, honestly, like I said, for the people who've been here, they know who we are. I wasn't trying to go too much into detail about it, but I mean, it's our brand. Y'all need to know, so it is what it is. So, I mean, I can go quickly over our memberships too. We got 2 memberships. One is the $10.80 a month, and that's just a monthly one, and that has to deal with our website and like the information on there. That has to deal with like events that would be upcoming events. Upcoming videos. Also, we're gonna try put in like sewing videos as well on there. So I mean, we're trying to build a platform for you guys.
I get some stylish like information so they can come for the picking too, because they it's stylish. They come and they can come in like, oh, I need that piece, or you got this piece, and they can rent the piece, or because they don't need it forever. So
right.
They're just gonna get it and put it on somebody like. I appreciate stylists for that aspect too.
Yeah,
like
putting people on, putting on.
You put them on and like, oh, I seen your brand. It's like, all right, like reach out in that way. Like now you're not. I know you're not a customer, but at the same time, you're gonna build a customer, and we could build
a relationship.
Relationship, friendship, whatever. But businessship, like build that and be able to push the brand and be able to get him stuff and get it back, and we know what we're doing. So like, hey, I got something to, like, you know, the measurements. We got it, and that's what we were talking about before, like the measurements too. So like we bring that in. We can bring that up in what, trends or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up.
What's my trends?
I was all about to look. I was about to look, but I know we got the screen right here. So
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's just a little bit about us, what we do, who we are. I mean we can go into our second section. Might as well. Those are the items of the week. So yeah, just stick with us. We just gotta move some stuff around, but. We got the multicolored. It's like a brown, red, blue, whole bunch of multicolored.
I mean, I don't know if it's a illusion. You should step up.
But it's like a cotton. Yeah, I think it's like a knit piqué or something. But anyways, but yeah, so it's got the polo top, it's got the short bottoms. Those are 7 inches, and he was complaining about the length earlier. He's like, they're too short. These are perfect, dog. Are they where are they?
I mean, they're not to my knee. Like they're at my waist.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want
That's what I'm saying. These are fine, dog. Go out, I'm telling you. They got the one back pocket. Put your hand in the back pocket. They got the one back pocket. They got the 2 side pockets. We got the nice little cuff. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm thinking clean.
We got the nice cuff at the bottom here, about 1.25, maybe 1.5. We got the belt loops on the top. They got the pleat. They got the nice dart in the back as well, bringing the little waist a little bit. So that's what I'm saying. What I was saying about this is like, even though it's a polo and shorts, it's well tailored. So like. The pants, even the back pocket, it's a welt pocket. The finish on the sides are French seams. They have the 3 big buttons on the top here. So yeah, I mean it's well finished, nice, and like I said, like it also has the cuffs on the cuff on the bottom. So I was saying like everything is really attention to detail. It has a nice big collar too as well. So I mean I feel like it's modern, and it also is not like super long, so it's supposed to be like almost a crop cut. So it's a nice like throw on, go out the house type stuff. It's not like so I mean, and there's a nice bag to match with it too. So here you go, throw this with it. And then this is like the other bag this is the handmade bag that's the hand painted, and then also has the knit. The stitching around it as well.
Yeah,
so. But yeah, so I mean, this is just the item of the week. I know for y'all who just joined in, I was just going over the stuff that we were, the items of the week. But yeah, so this is just a little piece of 1080. For the future one, I'm about to put the pockets on. For this next epic collection, I'll put the pocket on. It's going to be the embroidered 1080 on there. So we're going to get a little bit more detailed in there, so y'all stay tuned, you feel me? But this is just a little something. Like every week I try to show you guys something. I'm not saying everything is going to be part of the collection, but it's just trying to show you guys that, we out here working, dog, so.
Do a little curating, it's going to be alright.
All right. 1080 clubs out like.
I know what it is.
This is Jarrell's brand.
Oh yeah, that's the aeronautical.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little promo, little something. It's like Target.
It's supposed to be like a red scope.
Target with the plus on it. Yeah. A little aeronautical.
Hey, we ain't talking about it.
Little aeronautical inside. What you guys say? Where we at? all right. Comments. All right, you gonna have a time when you got to ask, like when it's comment time. Because the live screen, if you ain't got no screen, like we might have to put it up on the.
I can cancel all this out. So like, whenever I say, all right, welcome back. Once I say, all right, welcome back, and then I can go like that to the YouTube. You feel me? Now we back to YouTube, just like that.
I'm gonna see if I can put it on this screen. That way, we watching it, and like the live will be right there.
So you can see that. Well, if I had a camera person, they could.
But you could look at the screen. Like
the screen, yeah.
The screen, the big screen right there.
Oh yeah.
Like that'd be easy.
Pop that shit on TV type shit. Yeah.
Oh,
finally do something.
Technology. I don't know. I don't know how to do it yet, but
you can just connect your computer to the monitor.
Thing, right?
Yeah, HDMI cord.
Yeah. See, I thought I
know.
So now when you bring your laptop, because you always
my laptop, I don't have HDMI cord on mine. Anyways, we back, dog. All right, so we back. This new segment is called No Threads Attached.
None attached.
But I was really thinking about calling it Don't Thread on Me, because that's our. What you think about?
Hey.
So let me know what y'all think.
A segment change every week. I don't care. It don't matter. We saying
so this thing, our segment.
For this thing, this week.
It should be Don't Thread or No Threads Attached. But let us know if Don't Thread on Me is better.
Right.
Let us know in the comments.
I go with the motto too. So.
But our motto is Don't Thread on Me. You want to explain to them what that means?
I mean, they know American history. They know about the the snake and all that. Like they kind of get it. Like that's why ours is broken up and the A is at the A. Like if you look at that whole little
our logo.
Yeah. So I mean, make them do their homework. Like,
yeah.
Don't make me do homework for them.
Thread on me is Don't Thread on Me, like U.S. history, like the broken up snakes and stuff like that. But we broken into ours, so it's more of a sewing thing. So like, don't bring us into your group. Like, we are our own thing.
Yeah, it's going to get like.
It makes sense.
Like if you look at where America was at that time versus where we at right now, or what we're doing at that time. So I mean, at this time, so. We're doing kind of the same thing with the clothing versus the counterparts and the people that we, I won't even say battling. They don't know we throw sticks and rocks.
I know, they don't hear us, but
we don't
hear.
But we doing what we doing, so that's why we can't focus on what we saying to them, too. We just got to do what we doing. And,
right.
Like, I know how much work. Yeah, I know how much work we put into this, and they going to see, and people going to see it, bigger rate once we get bigger. So.
Yeah, so let us know, Don't Thread on Me or either
Don't Thread on Me or No
Threads Attached. Yeah. Let us know which one y'all like better.
Yeah, we're going to have to put a little poll on
stuff
like that. Now we're going to have to learn how to do we tailors really, so
yeah.
Learning all this new media, how to interact with everybody is what we're going to try to specialize in in the later months and,
let me know where y'all at,
Dad. Put it off on Andy. I'll be like, what do you want to do? So he knows more about.
I mean, we try to keep it more tailored stuff like that, but I mean, obviously we're
get
more. I mean, we're still like training and stuff like that, so it's not like we're not talking about up and coming stuff. So I mean, like even with the stuff we talk about today, to go into our segment,
updates, culture
is like an update about
updates,
what's going on in clothing, because that can range for a whole bunch of stuff. So like the stuff we were talking about today is a couple things. So like the first thing we're talking about is the La Roche interview. Yeah. And this is pretty graphic, but like even in his interview, like if y'all don't know who La Roche is, y'all can look him up. He's the stylist for Zendaya. And Zendaya, she was a childhood actress. Came up super, but I'm saying but her background is very PG background. Like
she in Doom, like she got the
like
just to give us a shout out to
Zendaya. I know you ain't listening, but
you might hear one. I ain't saying nothing bad. That's all. Like to say stuff like that, it's just like I ain't saying nothing bad about you.
Huh? You don't have the quote though.
I mean, verbatim, like we can verbatim, we ain't gotta put it word for word, but to give people the premise of it, it had to do with clothing and dressing somebody, and to be able to dress somebody, and do you say graphic?
He said more. He said he want to dress.
Can we say that?
Corn. Sorry, my bad. I'll cut that out. Corn.
Yeah.
Corn. And for y'all who know what corn is, we gotta sub that
out.
out.
You can do corn. You can say corn with a P or something.
Corn with a P.
Yeah. So
he wants to dress more corn-like in fashion. Like he wants to bring that.
He wants to
more,
bring that genre to clothing.
So that's more like BDSM or something like that. Well, no, because I gotta cut that out of YouTube, dog. So that's what I'm saying.
Corn. So
yeah.
To do that. He wants to bring that into clothing.
So
how do you bring nakedness into
that's
clothing?
what I'm saying.
Like
I understand if you were trying to say more like because I understand women like to be more sexy and stuff like that, whatever. But like to say straight up corn.
See, that's what
corn. It's like corn. They don't wear nothing in corn. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we're becoming like this.
But he's a stylist.
Like it's a race, but look, I feel like it's a race to like whoever can wear the most craziest, shocking thing.
But in a good way, and not like in the bad talking way. Like I'll do something that make other tailors or stylists or designers impressed in what your process was, and to do that, not make them question like, do you know what you're doing?
Right.
Like, oh, you took a risk.
Or you just being explicit to be explicit.
And just using this platform that you got, which is this young lady.
Right.
And like using her to use these, to do these things that you just was like, all right, I can, and then she can pull it off. Like,
yeah.
So if you got this girl, like,
but if you're putting these people to influence these people, like imagine like these other influencers. Not influencers,
so
but stylists.
He's the influencer or she's the influencer?
Well, he's styling the influencer, so whatever he puts on her, people are going to be influenced. So it's like.
But now he's the influencer. Like,
well, technically, he's not the influencer because he can't do anything himself.
But they make the stylists influencers because of what position they put themselves in fashion. It's like, oh, you put yourself right in the middle of fashion. Like you can't go no further than him unless he, put it on.
Says
her.
Okay or whatever.
Right. So it's like.
And now you're making instead of having these, because we used to have like these. Not used to, but like I would say that a lot of the corporation people or whatever, they're the ones who say that what we can do. Now you're transforming it into like these influencers saying like, oh, this is a go, this is a go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like
being
Louis Vuitton
being
or
a funnel, being a gate, being whatever you want to call it. Like they're letting certain people through with their influence and their friendships and their stuff like that. And that's what's kind of messed up. Like the best don't get in all the time. The people with the most influence or the most followers might, but not the person with the most skill or the most, dedication towards the skill and like, I'm up all night on this, but this person can sit up all night and just do a couple tweets versus me doing the work all night.
Yeah.
That don't seem fair for the culture, and that don't seem fair for, you stayed up all night or you went to the club and I stayed home and I sold something. So you get to go to the club, make these friends that are going to be the influence that you need to make you the influencer, and now people want to be more like you in this in this category of what we're doing versus like me. Like they don't want to be the one sewing.
They don't want to.
They don't want to be that guy, girl, whoever sewing and
actually making the stuff. Like this is what, and that's what it all came from. It's like now we've got so far away from what actually.
And that's all I want to be. That's what I want to contribute to the culture, like the sewing part. Like if I want to say anything, I want to be known for in the culture. Yeah. People say that, oh, that's that guy that did that, and it's gonna be the sewing part, like actually sewing. Like, not like, oh, he made clothes. No, it wasn't just that.
That's not even making clothes. I hate when people say you make clothes. You don't make clothes unless you actually sew. Like
you sewing, you making, you designing, you do pattern. Like I want people to know that part of clothing, period. And then once you know all those elements, you like that, that airbender dude, like you get your
airbender dude.
You can't tell me you don't feel like it's like once you knew all of that.
Last Avatar? Aang?
Yeah, you feel like that? Like, oh, I know all of it now. Like, now you can't, like, anybody come at me, like, pattern maker, like, you don't know more than me. Why? Because I know that. Like, cut it, like, oh, I know how to use that. Or, I can sit down at every table and have a conversation with everybody that
you know what you're talking about.
It's like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. The drawer, the pattern maker, the sewer, everybody, all know that scene. Why? Because I know how to, in the drawing person, like the croquis, I know all of it. So
yeah,
once you get your elements together, once you know it, that's what design schools set you up for.
right.
They
Supposed
set
to,
you up-
well, they were supposed to set you up for it.
But it's also just like how any other college I feel too. It's like maybe you can put there to funnel out the week and then to actually get money off of you because you're gonna be in debt almost $100,000 coming up out of there with a bachelor's. But
Right.
then if you go on to do your master's and you go to Europe and you go to like, cause that's how it was. Like when you graduated from the design school that I went to for 3 years, you go from there and then you go to either like they had like a French way and then they had a British way.
Yeah.
It was like you go to either one of those colleges and you get your master's. And it was like, oh wow, it sounded like, that's why I was like, oh man, get my bachelor's, like all that sound real good.
Yeah.
And you get in there, it's like a lot of classes redundant. They give you 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They split it up just perfectly.
Yeah. Or you don't have enough information
but
to
it's
go
like,
on.
it's like, so you holding back information. We got
Yeah.
the same book, but we're only gonna do half.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you do that? It's like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
give me the whole rundown or give me the most. Just run the class like that. But they wanted to.
And then it's like when you give me a whole bunch of other classes too, though, it's like that had nothing to do with it, or like a lot of philosophies or something. I'm like, yo, like this is not, but this is why people drop out of college and stuff like that. Because it's like, oh, I came here for this, and now
I went back at.
now you're judging
I was
me
30
on.
when I went to school. Like,
Yeah.
So when I went to design school, I was 30. I had
Yeah.
already been to college. I had already got my English, my math, and all this
Yeah,
stuff out.
the basic, yeah.
But what they do is some of these colleges of design,
They won't take the credits.
They'll take it, but it's like they still have their version of what math they want you to know.
Yeah.
So if it's like fashion math, but it's
Fashion.
good. But it's
I understand that, but what does that have to do different with the algebra? Like, isn't that the same?
I learned quantitative literacy in my design class, but I know math. But it taught me more about the build, the medium, and all that. The math, like you learn that, and like if you learn that, you learn certain things about business, and then it's like certain things with how to relate it to clothing and all that. Like it just go together. I get it, but it's like if I would have known that, like would I've been able to, be where I'm at with the knowledge of, like, because I ain't even did everything that I know.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're able to go through that whole process, and like I don't know what I would have been if I went through the whole master. Like maybe I would be. But maybe my fashion would have been different. Maybe I would have, but I wanted to go through it just to show them, and like I would have still been me, but I'm not that same design. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm still not him. I still got some of those designs.
Yeah.
I made them better. I know how to do them. I know how to sew it. I know how to cut it. I know how to do, hand embroidery. All like I know everything there is to do now.
Yeah.
So I learned how to actually do it myself.
Yeah.
Before now, and before it was just like, I want to get this done, and I'm gonna learn how to be the designer, and then I'll design it, I'll give it out to the manufacturer, they'll do it.
That's the same thing, yeah.
Everybody thought it.
I literally came in, I was like, I don't need to know how to sew. I was like, it's very basic, I just need to know whatever.
But you see,
after I didn't even go to school for design or anything like that, but after I actually got into it, yeah.
Hey, but you had me at like around the same time that I needed somebody to tell me like this, that, the other. Like I was
you definitely need somebody to guide you.
I had to go there, and they was just.
But in a way, you still even after school, you still have to figure out what you want. They're not gonna. They might give you connections and stuff like that, but you still have to figure out what do you still want to do.
They don't give you that because it's not a guarantee that you're gonna get that internship.
Right.
It's not a guarantee that you're gonna be able to work at this place and none of that. Like so. Unless you, like I see with some, like you got the kiss up, so the person that make the kiss up, like they
kiss up.
They kiss up to the balls, so they know the balls like.
Brown knows it. We call them brown noses.
I mean, but is that a bad thing these days? Like,
it's not a bad thing, but if you're actually doing it in good intent, we're kind of straight off the subject. But if you actually love fashion or whatever, and you really want to do that, that's different. But if you're just telling on people to be telling on people,
I don't know, man.
you just want power. You're power hungry, like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But besides the point, to relate that all the way back to the roach, we were talking
He's
about.
a stylist, and then that's what I thought about with the merch. Oh, okay, so let me go go back to school again. Like, I went to school with a lot of merchandise management. So we was like in the same classes a lot of times, but then
well, what would you do with that? Like run a store?
Yeah, you manage the merchandise.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, like you'd be like a store manager.
That's it.
Yeah,
like that's all out there of it. But it's like they also had to deal with the styling aspect of it, which was styling the window, making the window look a certain way, and, you know, dressing the mannequins and stuff. Like they had to do that, and then they had to market the clothes that came in a certain way, and then they had to make that consistent around the city. So I went to school right across the street from a Nordstrom rack. So it was like, oh, they looking. The girl, we had to go there, even when I had to go, like, look at the clothes and all that. But that's the jobs they had after they left. They left school. They didn't go. I went fabric school. Like I went to fabric, to the fabric stores, selling fabric. They went to managing stores and stuff with their degrees, and now they're like able to talk about it and be in those rooms and have those relationships because they're selling it.
I don't think, but the thing is, I know we're going off topic again, but
yeah.
I would say, I see a lot of,
they be able to be stylish.
But a lot of the people, they're not even, but the people, like I said, like those people in those spaces, they're not like creative people. That's what I'm saying. They're like business people. They're like, okay, I know this needs to sell. This is a certain color that sells. This is the brand that people like. Okay, let's put this two together. What section of the store is it going to sell better in? What seasoning needs? It's not actually like, oh, I'm creating.
There's
like,
a calendar. But the ones that's able to rip through that formula that they set up every year, which is what I think that they put up with the fashion snoops and all that. It's like, all right, they got the formula.
Yeah.
This is what this is the color of the year. This is the
Pantone color.
All that. So once you know all that, the people that rip through that,
yeah,
they're the ones that are exceptional people to that program. So the program is going, it's moving, it's going in that, everything's running, but it's some dudes that just rip through that. And we can name them, like we didn't see them, like, and then in urban fashion, but they're a trend. Like they just literally like a Haley Comet, they just run it through there just that once in I don't want to be that. Like I want to be a permanent, like you got to move this whole clock around.
Yeah.
You got to move everything, all the gears got to get readjusted and everything, because I'm in here now, like I'm moving. So
yeah.
Making us a business, making us a part of it, and not just making us this piece that's gonna come through like now.
So what? But you were saying, oh, so you're just saying like how the stylists,
I think they affect the business in a way that could be good and bad, and I like how some of them do it, and I don't like how some of them do it. So like I'm both ways on this, like as far as like speaking of how they having this opinion, because you don't make it, dog.
Yeah.
Like you want to create this look, but it's like you're gonna have to come back to somebody like me.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the tailor for that, or you gotta go to the person that gotta draw it first. Like I draw it.
Yeah.
So you gotta go back to the person that make the pattern after he draw it.
Yeah.
But I do that too.
Yeah.
But then after he draw it, he make the pattern, then you gotta go to the cutter. We do that. Once you cut it, then you gotta do what? You gotta sew it. Then you gotta sew it, then you gotta finish it, then you gotta put it on the person, you gotta drape it. Like we are that. So once you see that you're all the little pieces that this person got to come back to, and then they make they put such an emphasis on this person.
Yeah.
The importance of this person is like, yo, that person is really that outweighs the other pieces that we are.
Yeah,
like, man, that one person is more outweighed. It's like, yo, they don't look right. That don't look right. So it's like I respect it, but it's like I don't really respect it. And that's what I was trying to
respect it if you want to, but
no, I respect him and how he do his business and what he.
But like, what is a style? Everyone's a stylist. Everyone's a stylist nowadays. You have what, an eye to pick out one piece of clothing and
like,
just be like, oh, this will look good on him. Like, so what? You want like a whole?
You want an award for saying
they look good in something? Like.
Decision, like you saw what everybody else saw, because when everybody else sees it's like
high horse,
like, oh my god,
you don't make nothing. That's so disrespectful for anybody. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what people have to start respecting, like art, not artwork, but like craftsmanship. Yeah. Even a carpenter, like y'all don't respect him. But once your house starts leaning to the left,
exactly. But that's like the dude that make the blueprint. Is the guy that's gonna actually make the door. Yeah. Like we that. Yeah. Like we the guy that actually makes the blueprint.
Yeah. We do
draw the blueprint.
Right. I mean, that's different, but I'm just saying, like, they don't respect the person who does,
We
like,
run the electrical,
things.
too. We do the plumbing, too.
Yeah.
We do the drywall, too. We do the installation, too. We do the hayvac, too.
Yeah.
Like, we do all of that, and then we put the roof on, too.
Yeah.
Like, we put the siding on, too.
Yeah.
We put the doors in, too.
And you still don't
door
respect
knocks
us.
in there.
Still don't
put
respect
the keys
us.
in the door and lock it. We put the ground in the floor and everything in. So if we do all of that, but you respect the landlord more than you respect me, stop it. Man. Stop it. The landlord.
That's right. That's where
the real estate. The real estate.
Decide.
Basically, the style. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the carpenter or the architect versus the real estate agent.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like that's how I feel. So if you the real estate,
you already setting up more gang activity.
You just got it to the person. That person that he didn't see the person that made that note that you just made. Like,
that you love so much.
You put a verbiage to it. You put a picture to it. You like, yo, I did this to it. Like, no, bro, you just put it on.
More than the designer. I don't even know who the designer is for most of the pieces. Like, you know that the person styled it, but like, who is
They're trying to make it an issue, but it's like, I think that stylist trying to get some of this. He's trying to get a lot of credibility as what he's doing for Zendaya when she's just easy to dress. Like, I don't think she's hard to dress. I don't think any designer.
Put her in everything, yeah. And she's like literally a walking hanger. Like.
But he puts multiple people on her to show this though, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's probably why he's looked at as like a genius, maybe, because it's like, yo, you just go get everybody and you put it on her, and as soon as you see it on her, you know it. But you know, as a tailor, you're gonna fit it no matter what it was from the designer. Once they get on her, then you have to fit it towards her anyway. So the tailor is doing all that work and make everything fit anyway.
Right.
So we the tailors too.
Right.
So that's what
she still can't wear it without us.
Still can't wear it.
But that's not the point. The point is on top of that, it's
That is the point.
Well, I'm gonna say
everything.
all of it.
All of it's the point. My bad. Go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead, finish, because I forgot.
All of that, because every part of this is the part that we do or we doing. Like, even after that, even we made it and all that, and we did the dress and it's sitting up on a hanger somewhere in the store, and he come in and he seen it on the model that we had run down the runway, and then after that, he seen like, yo, I want that dress.
Oh, this is what I'm gonna say. You go ahead, sorry.
Damn, so it's about to get about point.
Go ahead.
As soon as he put it on Zendaya, he's like, yo, I want that on Zendaya. It still gotta get fit to Zendaya.
Yeah.
So when you putting that after we done made it, then you still gotta come back to us to make us fit it on her.
Yeah.
Because that's when the alterations come in and all that. Like, and then you can get multiple people for that, but if you go with the people that made it, it's probably easy. So, easy.
But I was gonna say, even with all that styling done, who do you see have the actual clothing?
What you mean?
What is the styling for? When you see like a piece of clothing on somebody, you're like, oh, that's nice. Maybe if it's different, like maybe some shoes, but if you're doing these old couture pieces that nobody can get, that's nice. Like, isn't this marketing? Isn't this marketing?
But that's what the high end and the Met Gala and all that stuff is. It's like they got the stylists and they showing you like how extravagant and how, you know, high end of pieces that get made here. Like, oh, this get made at Gucci or this get made at Louis Vuitton. And,
right. So these are just marketing pieces.
Yeah, basically to me, because it's like you can't wear them, or they not wearable pieces, or they like wearable art, like
right
for this moment.
Right.
So like.
And maybe it's not even that. You gotta change out of it in like 20 minutes.
But that's what fashion is these days. It's like it's a moment more than it is like a lifestyle. Is more than a moment than it is like even a season. Because like we know it, like you can only do a single now. Now people are only selling like one pair of pants. Like the pants that they have that's hot is the only thing that's selling.
Yeah.
The shirt.
Well, you can put the whole collection together, but they only really want
they
like
want
two
that shirt.
pieces, maybe.
Yo, only the pants if it matches the. And they really don't care. They'll put, and then like these kids are not scared of putting like brand
together. Oh no, they don't care. No.
So that's what I'm saying.
No.
So if you
they'll
got
mix ASOS with Gucci with.
So if you got a hot hoodie or you got a hot shirt or some jeans or something, like individually these things are good at different brands. Like they gonna get the different hoodie from you, and then like that's how it's gonna go.
Right.
But that's
which I'm not mad though. Like it's like.
But that's why you gotta almost and like that's why I kind of like I got multiple brands like I can like so if I can multiple and slap them on top of that, that's what I did with Ali. I gave him multiple things like the street version of it, and now you can wear different eras of that brand and then slapping it on top. Now you look like you hype beast in your own brand. So Like I see that it could be, and that's what I'm saying. Like we're ahead, sir. Like it's hard to like explain to people when you planning ahead, if you're doing the things that you said that you're gonna do ahead of time. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do this so I can be ahead of everybody. So if you're doing that, everybody that is right now don't understand what you're doing. So
yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Future Man. What you at now?
Nah. The only well, I mean, I can get a whole bunch of things.
We passed the stylist thing, so.
But yeah, nah. I was gonna say. I mean, we could talk about Lil Uzi, how crazy this man looking.
Okay. So we get on some more pop culture. So first you gotta bring it to where he was at. So
this is Coachella.
Right, so I gotta ask you some questions because I don't know everything about this, and I didn't research none of it. I just saw what was on the headline. So,
but I'm just about the hot takes, Doug.
Okay, so on the headline, I seen it was where?
Coachella.
So Coachella is where?
LA, right?
LA, good, probably right now, so they got decent weather. Okay, so
I think so. Don't quote me on them. I'm pretty sure it's in LA.
So from what I know, and that's what I'm saying, I was thinking about you talking about both situations because it's two situations. Which one you bring it up?
I'm just talking about his outfit.
His outfit? Okay.
You could do whatever you want to do. That's
I'm
your personal life.
I'm gonna talk about the first situation because I mean it ain't his personal life, but it's fashion.
The first thing?
The first thing was fashion.
Well, you might as well say what they talking about.
It's Vogue.
Yeah,
like
him voguing. Yeah.
The word Vogue, when I hear Vogue, like no matter where it's coming from, how you say it or whatever, I think of fashion. Mm-hmm. Whoever said it, whatever voice it is, whatever tone it is, when I hear Vogue, I hear fashion. So if I hear about him voguing at Coachella in a hip hop setting, and it's Little Uzi, you bringing high fashion to hip hop and to this generation.
But what type of?
It don't matter. I said Vogue. The word is not what he like. Even if it's a dance, no matter what he's interpreted in his own way, what voguing meant to him, and then he brought it over to fashion. I mean, over to hip hop. In his era. If you can translate that 1980s voguing, because that wasn't like you got to know originally. That's Madonna. Like that was like what it was, but it's like Madonna did that first.
Yeah, that was
exactly. So the whole all that voguing, like that era of it, where she got it from and where it ended up and everything. If he's able to translate that fashion, and then that went to fashion. That's what I'm saying. Like that, and then the word is fashion. Like so. If he able to take that word and everything that it meant and that dance and everything that it go with and bring that to today's fashion in 2024.
More to him? Is that what you're saying?
Like, he can do it. Like, if he's able to do it and translate it and keep it hip hop and he keep it like what he is true to him. And
is it hip hop?
That's what I'm saying. Like, once you inject it into
I'm not saying you have to be hip hop, but he's not hip hop though. He's not hip hop.
But that's what I'm saying. Like this is what hip hop is. Hip hop is like a I don't want to say nothing like it's bad or nothing, but
it's a struggle.
It mutates into something once it touches it. Just like I feel like I can't say that, but it mutates into something else. So once something else is in it, hip hop takes over it. So if you add rock to hip hop, you hit a hip hop more. If you add,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I thought of something.
It mutates into something else.
Go ahead.
If you add opera to hip hop, what does it sound more like? If you add Indian music to hip hop, what does it sound like more? It sounds more like anything you add to hip hop. It's more hip hop. So if he adds Vogue to hip hop, that's gonna make voguing more hip hop.
Okay.
By pure gosh darn definition,
like
I don't want to say.
That's your definition.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to cuss at the situation or damn the situation, but it's like if you add that same formula to what he think, I'm thinking that he doing with how he dressing, the outfit. Now we get into what you said with the outfit he had on. the shoulder piece, all that rock, like, but he acid rap rock, all that. Like,
it's too late. No, we went past what they were talking about.
What they were talking about?
Huh?
What they were talking about?
There's a couple comments saying like, they're just talking about is it taboo to wear multiple brands in one outfit? He's like, for example, Nike and Adidas.
Yeah, like it matters though. It matters if it's like if I don't get.
We're talking about more high. We're talking about more high fashion though.
If some people like, if I don't got no shoe brand and I specialize in clothes, and then you got a different shoe on with my clothing brand, like, can I be mad? No, like you not like. I can't fault you for having on somebody else's shoes when I don't make shoes. So if you got on somebody else's hat, or if you got on somebody else's coat, and I don't make that. So if I make everything, and you got on somebody else's something, like when Michael Jordan be getting mad at people for not wearing the whole Jordan outfit, or like if you make it and you not, you my homie, like you can't do that. Like now you just being I don't know. Like,
but some people don't care that much. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad you just wearing a piece of mine. I'm thankful for you just wearing a piece. Look, you bought a piece, you went out and contributed it.
But you a modern like designer now. Like you put things to like you make the outfit different because you make.
But some people, like you said, the stylists see it different. They might want to put this and this together. And
you have a multiple brands, so you don't have a problem with it. So that's what I'm saying. Like some people would never walk out and say.
But I'm saying most people, not most people. Some people just don't care. So that's what I'm saying. Some people think that's damn near illegal and blasphemy. That's blasphemy. And the fact is, but some people just honestly don't care.
I used to think it, but
Adidas and Nike are just too specific. You can't wear the 3 stripes with the Nike, dog. It just don't look right.
I've seen it with especially when the track.
Unless there's nothing on it, like unless it's just like plain, like.
I've seen so many Adidas track pants with Jordans. It's ridiculous, sir. Like,
oh yeah. But what you gonna wear? Like you gotta wear something like this though. Like, Reebok. No, that's a Reebok.
But that wasn't my era. But I understood why those pants were so comfortable. Why they like people wore those pants.
Oh no, the tracksuits are
like, but it was the way that they made those pants. You saw how like
bows out almost at the leg.
I mean, the seam on the back just went straight across the back like that, so it gave it more of a
like a jean almost.
The yoke right there at the top, all of it went across, and it gave it more.
People don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, they don't. So basically,
Coachella's in California. Yeah.
Coachella, California.
At the Polo Club. Hey, we about to be there next dog. So.
I mean, why? I mean, but. Uzi just doing but that's when I'm
right. Don't worry about us, dog, because I gotta take this up and I gotta put it on YouTube. So that's why I didn't want to keep going back and forth if this is a YouTube video.
I don't even know all the guys. Like it'd be words and stuff that I'll be looking at. It's like it's a list. They don't even give you a list of words. They just give you a list of rules and things to like stay within.
What for YouTube?
Everything like.
Well, no, I'm just talking about like on a YouTube video, you don't see them looking at a phone and reply to people. They might have someone on offset like asking questions.
Well, my reaction is sometimes like some people don't have the best reaction. Like some people like they interview ready.
But I guess it's like a radio show. What is it, a radio show? Like calling in and shit.
It might slip, man. Like that's why I'm like I'm just so scared because it be like things that slip, but that's your true feelings, and that's why people that do get canceled. Cause like everything I say ain't gonna Greek. Like everybody ain't gonna.
You would have to be a terrible editor to let that go. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't look through the whole thing. I don't look through the whole.
But I'm saying like the live part, the streaming, it's people that'll clip your live. They'll record your live just so they can have. And they can bring it up if you go too far or something. And they'll bring it up after your career that got so far. Like, oh, he said this about people canceling him. Like,
I don't think cancel culture is as strong as it used to be anymore.
It's not, but I'm saying like
unless you're over here like
they can't get some people to hate you.
Grading people.
They can make your business go down and put a scar on your business because you didn't agree with this group of people, or you call this people a group of people, or anything anything in the later years. Like, imagine the people in the 80s.
I don't care, dog. I don't care no more.
I heard the worst words talking about people of color, sexuality, and everything. But I'm saying like it was used on a regular in the 80s and 90s in music, television, all that. And if you took sound bites of these
it'd make them look terrible.
It'd make them look terrible.
Yeah.
But right now, you could do the same thing, but with text
but
on the internet.
I understand where
you're
you're
take that text on the internet.
Yeah.
But if you did that back in the day, it was
just a joke. Everyone knew it was a joke.
Everybody knew it was a joke, but it wasn't like recorded the same. Like,
yeah.
It was like you can see that word out, like something about Twitter or X.com or whatever, where people see that somebody said it in text and it's like, it make it that much worse. Like, but this guy said it. He was like living that life. He was like, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like that whole cancel culture, like. But how you gonna cancel me? Like that's all I think about. Like, what you gonna?
I ain't got nothing to cancel. What you gonna cancel?
You just not gonna buy my
the
stuff.
Four people that watching, like
my stuff ain't for you. Like, what if I ain't trying to impress you? Or I ain't trying to sell you nothing?
Yeah.
I'm just saying my opinion. And like, you just gonna cancel my opinion? Like, no, everybody got an opinion now. Like, hey, now. We playing G.O.D. over here now. You can't say I can't say nothing. That's what I hate about it. It's like, you gonna say I can't have my opinion on what fashion is and the angle and like who representing it. Like, I don't like how it's being represented. None of that. So,
what, fashion?
Yeah, like what's being put out like all the time. Like, I like some of the silhouettes, but I don't like all of the, how it's being released. Like.
Yeah.
I look at all the red carpets. Ain't no men doing anything with those suits.
I think people died down because I think it was just I think it was a fad, something to do over COVID. A whole bunch of people got a whole bunch of like hobbies that they wanted to do, but I don't think it's gonna last. Cause like even a lot of people that I see on
they go see how
Instagram and stuff like that, like even like but. They do the same thing. Well, man.
You talking about the clothes or whatever?
Well, people making clothes. I'm not saying shots at everybody or whatever, but obviously, if you're doing clothes, like I encourage you, keep doing it, keep getting better. But if don't keep cutting up the same blankets, making the same pants with the same pattern, and it looks terrible. And I can look and see. It's like, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm saying like try to be better, try to make yourself better, try to actually make a tailored pair of pants, try to
make us get a challenge, like make it set a standard, like, and that's what I look
or
at.
Even if you're gonna make those pants, make those pants perfect. I don't want to see like just basic stuff like you
and then chalking up the mishap as artistic. Like, oh, that's art. I wanted to do that.
There's a hole there, so I put a patch. I put 10 patches to cover it. Like,
no, I'm not doing that. I don't like that. That made me mad. I was like, no, you didn't even try.
If you incorporate that into the pattern type stuff, okay, then I can see where you're going. But
okay, so now I'm gonna be kind of messy.
I'm saying at least you try to do something, but these people just go ahead.
I mean, I know what I'm saying. Like, I was about to related to a designer of the 90s.
Oh, who's that?
Carl Canal. So
I don't know how much.
Listen. Okay, so this is where I'm kind of split my age look. I didn't wear a lot of it, but I knew because my oldest cousin, Mike Murphy, shout out to Mike Murphy, my big cousin.
He sounds old, Mike Murphy.
Michael Murphy. But he would wear like Carl Canal, cross colors, all that. Like I knew firsthand because that was like whatever came out and dropped, he would buy it. Like so. When I seen Carl Canal and knowing what I know now, and knowing after making the pattern, making the pants, the pleat is like where he like made up for like all
too
like,
big.
Yeah, like it was too big and all that, and like he made it fit the waistband. So if it was
that's a lot of women's clothes they do that.
But they like take like it didn't seem like it's a set amount, but he did like a box pleat one time. I seen that and he put like a rivet in it.
A rivet?
Like he box pleated it basically. He did like
on the front of the pants?
On the front of the pants.
Like it's a shirt?
No, like it
No, I'm saying like a box pleat like on the back of a shirt.
No, but it was like in that pleat. So if it was a pleat, like if it would have been a pleat right there, he invert.
There was two pleats,
like inverted box though. So it was inverted. So
right, I got you.
So it was like that, and it's right there.
Why is that there? What was the?
Because it was gonna be a pleat anyway.
No, what was the rivet?
The rivet.
Just to hold it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was like sewn all the way down to a point, and then a rivet put through it, so it kept it there. So and rivets, just like with pockets, it kept it from separating. Yeah. So it was like a tension, like
this is jeans.
Yeah, you gotta do some history, sir. Just like with the whole, man, you look at used and damaged. Those are two jean companies that was like in the early, it was the early '90s, so late '80s, early '90s. Loved, like, if you from where I'm from and around this time, like the fashion that was like, it was at least shoes, like with that inside being a, you know what I'm saying, the shepherd type of shepherd, like, you know, the sheep. Mm-hmm. That was on the inside of the shoe, but they was like low cut, like walking shoes, flats. Then you had LA Gear boots, the LA Gear shoes too, and they had BK British Knights, like around this time, because Hammer was hot and Hammer did British Knights. So the LA Gear boots was more like a darker version of that. They ain't had no lights on the bottom, like they was like brown, like they came out with some browns. Everybody had them. Had like a little bit. Then Jordan came out with the Jordans that he had, and then Jordache bit him and had some Jordache shoes that looked like the yes sir. It was crazy time in fashion. But then he had the flight, like all that flight stuff with Jordan, with the flight shoes, the little wings, all that. Like they was biting for a minute. But anyway, clothes wise, like
probably didn't get sued.
and I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Like I have to do like my history and like looking at it, but like Carl Conan, now looking at it, you can make up a lot of the waste by putting in a, you know, like I'm gonna make it to it fit, like just
make a small waist.
You get a 32 waist, but then like you can fit a 40,
30, or
you can
40.
fit a 40, yeah.
Oh well, yeah, it's huge. It'd be.
But you're gonna put the pleats in there.
Yeah, so. But that's like a 3-inch pleat. Like what the hell?
But if you do it in the back, because you get
the inch on the back, 2 inches on the back.
Exactly. The seam allowances on the side, like all that can fit into that waistband that you make into like a 32, 30. But you know, it's
relatively, relatively. But you're saying it's way bigger.
Yeah, but whatever your waist is.
At least probably.
So if your waist was 30,
3 sizes up, you
what's
probably
your waist?
get it. It's a 33, but
33. So your hip gonna come out to like.
My hip is like 40.
Probably 6 inches more, so it's probably like 45. So just like because that would.
Oh, it's 42 because I just rolled. It's 42 because I just measured it actually.
So 3 is it?
I think something like that.
3, 4 inch difference.
My waist is a 33. Anyways, besides mine.
Right.
My chest is
that's what I noticed.
My chest is a 38.
When I start looking at like older brands and looking at like how they do stuff and like how they cut some corners and how we can like but they got stuff manufactured. I look at Fubu and how they got manufactured, what they sold and all that, like how we can actually be those guys like early era but be it made here. Like I'm not trying to get like factories of people doing it. Like I know it's factories but I want to be the factory.
Right.
Like I don't want to be going to somebody else's factory that they got going on here. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like, no, I want my own. Like, it sounds good, but if we don't get the factory, it's just gonna be me and you, sir. Like, until your leg fall off, you're gonna have to do all these sleeves. But I'm okay with that, and we'll grow once we get, you know, the people that we want to hire and we want to bring.
If I could just actually focus on my business all day, I would love to do that. But obviously, you gotta have a day job too. So.
But then that's when you get bought out. Like those orders make this happen. But I gotta hire people and train people because we don't have enough people that I can speak to on that level and get them to realize like, yo, this can be everything. Like if you make a sewing company from scratch in America, you can take over everything. Because we ain't got to go overseas, we ain't got to do import no more. Now we can supply all the stores and we can do a whole strip mall of our own stores. You selling this, you selling that, you selling that with your own brand. Like it's okay because the money gonna come back into all the banks and that you gotta pay for your house. That'll be all in the same neighborhood. So, and if we own the banks and we own the libraries and all, like yo, I look at Newark different. Like I like Newark. There's 300,000 people there, but it's not my city. I ain't grew up there, so I don't know enough. And it's like, man, like if that was my city, or if I could take over a city like that with clothing, I could do it. Like you gotta think about like how we could take over. Like with this, what we doing, like we could spread a lot more people into doing this. Like I don't want to make these dudes the enemy. You want to be a tailor, right? Like yeah, I can teach you. Like I'm gonna show you the cars, and you can work with me, work for me, work against me. It don't even matter. Like we need to bring this atmosphere to, you know, these other guys and let them know, like, yo, this is how you gonna save money. Because I don't know, like, that might need to be a study, like how much people spending on clothing a year, like
it's different. Like women spend a whole bunch. I was watching this guy. I hate to get off topic, but I was watching this guy. He does like financial like help and whatever. But like the women on there spend a lot of money. I just put it that way. Men, you have to convince them, but once they find a brand that they are loyal to, they will buy from there. And it doesn't matter how much it is. It doesn't matter. They know that there's quality, and they're gonna keep buying from it. So,
and that's why I'd rather be.
So that's why I'm trying to buy loyalty from these people.
But you don't want to be a trend. I don't want to be that trend that come and go, and then or people. Just
I don't think I can be a trend because I don't think
But I ain't saying that. I want you said that, but at the same time, I'm saying I want to be somewhere where there are trends.
Yeah.
If there,
I do want to I'll definitely catch up off a trend. Like if you like something and it goes viral, I'll take that. But I won't.
But I'm saying this.
Trust me, I got 30,000 things right behind it.
But I'm saying this too. I want to be where people didn't have to. So I look like the longevity piece or the foundation piece, or you can use those pieces to match with my piece.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm in a situation where it's like I'm the only dude that's like got that blue, and now everybody got different shirts and hoodies, but my pants are blue, and I got everything that and shit by my pants, and that's when that cross brand stuff. I don't be mad. Like yeah, you can wear 1080 with anything. Like why?
That's what I'm saying. 1080 you can match up to anything.
You can match.
You can buy. I'd rather you buy the whole fit, but say Taki mushrooms if he just want to buy them.
You want to buy all the polos? That's fine.
You gonna kill me, dog? I can't say nothing.
Buy all the polos, that's fine. Get all the shorts, yeah. Get the plain t-shirts, you know, when they drop. Like that's what I'm feeling. Like yo, you can't beat just like being a whole brand, and like I want us to be more of a whole brand. And I'll play like catch up to the big boys. I don't want to sit around these smaller brands and wallow in the same thing that they doing and going back and forth about t-shirts or joggers and track fits that they got manufactured from. Like you can't compare to me. You don't make nothing. Like it's not fair. Like you can't compare the architect to the janitor. You can't. Like yo, I made that door. You talking about you put the door on there with a screw or something? Like bro, I don't care about what you done got from. You got that from Home Depot and you feel good about it. Like, fam, I put that whole house together. I put the foundation, I drew it. So, like, you know.
I'm just looking for something.
Yeah, but I get all subject and then you be like, oh, why are you talking about that?
Nah, I just don't want to get too far off subject. You kidding me? I just gotta look for something.
Yeah,
okay, never mind, I found it. Nah, but we can start wrapping up, dog. I mean, it's been past an hour, so.
Yeah. Wait a minute. News, trends.
She said 19. My mom said 1,900 a year per
1900.
person. Well,
For clothes?
yeah. I mean, just spend a month.
I'm not even gonna lie, like
I don't think so.
And then we're gonna have to do multiple studies because
Bruh, I know people who spend that
1,900 in one
in a month.
Not even in a month. I know somebody who spend that in one.
Well, I'm saying like realistically, like a month. Like the younger kids, they're definitely. My coworker just the other day yesterday just came in before we even closed. I don't know where he went and got it. He got Balenciaga. Like, I'm like, where did you even get this from? Like, these kids is spending money on clothes. Like, it's a different.
It's allowance money. It's inheritance money. It's work money.
But I think they realize quality too, though. More that's like
when I was working at Nordstrom, that's what like not weirdly, but it's like I watch people like that. It's like, yo, you really spent that, and they work at the store, so even on discount, they paying $1,100 for something. Like, oh, but it's $4,000 in full price. I'm like, but you just paid $1,100.
That's your whole check, bro. Like, what is he doing? This only time I go get it, so it's how I sell
My
it.
boy, he had a Christian Dior blazer he bought, and like I did the the alterations on it, but he like it made him design it. It made him in a conversation and put him in the conversation with people, and like people see this Christian Dior real, and it's like that's what kind of like other than me liking it a little bit. Like, but the shoes that I bought with the Maison Margielas, they look like the chucks that they cut. Like I bought them and it was just like, oh, those hot. But then it's like, how much they cost? I was like, ooh, and because
I got that one.
I got that one. I was like, that's too close to my brand and what I like and all that. And then it was like, that's high end, and I'm gonna just walk around in them. So I'm gonna treat them like they regular shoes. So the people that see me, it was just like, what are you doing? It's like, So every time people would see me in them $850 shoes, I was like, oh, you could. But I wanted to do the same things to the Gucci's. I wanted to do the same thing to all of. But I was like, man, I'm putting too much into somebody else. I just had to get them. But I looked at Rick Owens, like all those.
You know what shoes I want so bad? That's the only shoes, but they a lot. It's the Air Mags.
What?
The Air Mags. The ones from Back to the Future.
Oh.
Dog, those is hard, bro.
I didn't even know that's what they were
They're
called.
10 bands, dog. They like 10 bands.
Somebody was talking about how they had them and they wore them before. Like one of these sneakerheads. I ain't no sneakerhead, so
that's the only shoe I want, dog.
I just wanted to mess up some designer shoes.
And I would still mess them up, though, because nobody like, I don't wear them. I would get them and I'm gonna wear them, dog.
What's that goose brand?
Golden Goose.
Golden Goose.
The messed up shoes.
Exactly. So I'm looking at shoes like that. Golden Goose. Margiela had that.
The tough ones. I think they still got that. Balenciaga, every shoe they come out with now is like torn and like literally they have like you remember the sneakers, the sneakers that everybody's wearing? It was like the fat Balenciaga,
So they got them with.
But now they don't even
finish them, clipping it and unfinished.
Bro, they not even making new shoes now. They just taking the fucking shoe, taking the shoe, cutting like a piece off of it, cutting it in half, and like adding it onto another shoe. I'm like, what is going on?
They already did it with the sole. That's what made that dad shoe that they had but that was
with the fat, like the
it was 3 different soles glued together, and then that on top of it, and then it was putting like different kind of like they did
I
the
hate
little thing with the drip on it.
I hate Balenciaga.
But it's just being.
This is what happens when you let these people
go to the limits. But if you
this is what happens when you give them back them up. When you back them up with money.
Like,
the people who are cutting up t-shirts, that's what happens when you let them with money.
That ain't nothing. But I'm talking about if a guy put a triple blazer together or did some stuff like that, if you was able to execute that idea that you just designed and it come out to something and it's executed clean on the inside and out.
I don't care.
I think you should be.
You remember the shirt one? The shirt on top of the shirt?
I'm not talking about a specific shirt. If you're able to execute something that you put your mind to, I think as a designer, you should be given some credit.
Okay.
I don't think you should be given a golden award and no plaques or nothing like that. Yeah. But certain stuff I see is somebody doing, it's like, oh, that was a thought.
I see where you're going.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you put 3 soles together.
Yeah.
Nobody thought of that.
Right.
You put 3 soles together and you put a regular dad shoe on top of it and you connected it in your little way and you came up with that. They was able to produce that.
People still bought it though.
So you go.
People still bought it.
Oh, we're gonna definitely be using this map soon. But
this is a new piece, 1080.
New piece. Like basically.
Where you at on the map? Point you out, dog.
Where you get your clothes made and produced at right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see what's wrong with my right shoulder, but these dudes like they're getting stuff done over there, and I'm looking at how like these techniques is getting overcharged, and I've seen the Bangladesh, quality of things in Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, like all this right here, like you can get some high quality stuff out of this, but if they put it in that, they're ready to wear, right? Turkey got some real good hand work, like all that stuff, but if you just pushing it out and you rushing it out, you can't charge for that, but these brands are, so.
Alright, on that note though, thanks for tuning in for a Clock Talk. You got anything else to say to the people before we get out of here?
I guess we'll bring it up again because I can do my homework on a different creative director thing. Like, I don't know all these people's names and I don't know their background.
Next week we're gonna be talking about creative directors.
Yeah, we can do that too. Like, go push towards the next week. Whatever we didn't really touch on this week, and then we got information or following up on next week. I'm with that too. So.
All right, bet.
Like, but I don't know all these people's names and what they doing. But next week
we gonna be ready next week though.
I'm always ready. What you mean?
All right.
He don't be ready.
I'll be ready next week.
Yeah, he'll be ready with the questions that we want to do, and then like I'm be trying not to ramble because I get on something else and I connect it to something.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Going on
So
for
when I
3
was
years.
feeling
All
it,
right.
now,
Let me close this out. All right. So thanks for tuning into the Clock Talk.
where the needle meets the mother.
No, it's where every thread tells a story in fashion in a language.